This common vitamin deficiency causes brain fog and weakness after 60. Hello and welcome back to Senior Health, the channel where we help you live stronger, sharper, and more energized at every stage of life. If you've been feeling unusually tired, forgetful, or even a little down lately, maybe it's hard to concentrate like you used to, or your muscles feel weak, even if you haven't done much, please don't brush it off as just aging, because it could be something much more specific and preventable. Today, we're talking about a common vitamin deficiency that affects millions of adults over 60, yet often goes undiagnosed. It causes brain fog, fatigue, muscle weakness, tingling in the hands or feet, and even mood changes. The good news: once you recognize it and make a few smart changes, you can start to feel clearer, stronger, and more alive again. Stick with me to the end, because we'll also cover some everyday foods that secretly make this worse, and the best replacement foods to fuel your body and brain instead. Let's get started. Section 1. The vitamin behind brain fog and fatigue. The vitamin we're talking about is vitamin B12. And if you're over 60, chances are you're not getting enough of it. B12 plays a huge role in your nervous system, energy production, and brain function. It helps your body make red blood cells and keeps your brain sharp and nerves healthy. But here's the issue. As we age, our body becomes less efficient at absorbing B12, especially after 60. That's because the stomach produces less acid, which is needed to release B12 from food. Plus, certain medications, like antacids, diabetes drugs, or even metformin, can block B12 absorption too. According to the National Institutes of Health, up to 20% of older adults may be deficient in B12, and many don't even know it. Symptoms can include brain fog or memory slips, muscle weakness, fatigue or low energy, tingling in hands or feet, nerve damage, mood changes like irritability or even depression, and in severe cases, difficulty walking or balance problems. These symptoms often creep in slowly, which is why they're easy to ignore or misattribute to just getting older. But in reality, it could be your brain and body sending you a very clear message: I need B12. Section 2. Why some seniors struggle to get enough B12. Now you might be thinking, but I eat a pretty good diet. I get my protein, I take a multivitamin. Isn't that enough? Here's the catch: even if you're eating B12-rich foods, your body may not be absorbing them properly. Vitamin B12 is found only in animal-based foods like meat, especially liver, eggs, dairy, fish and shellfish. But remember, after age 60, the stomach lining thins and produces less intrinsic factor, that's a special protein needed to absorb B12. And as I mentioned earlier, common medications, including acid reducers, proton pump inhibitors, like omeprazole, and diabetes drugs like metformin, can further block B12 absorption. That means even if you're eating right, B12 might not be reaching your bloodstream. Section 3. What happens if you ignore a B12 deficiency? If left untreated, a B12 deficiency can lead to permanent nerve damage and cognitive decline. Yes, permanent. There's even a strong link between low B12 and higher risk of dementia. In fact, one long-term study in the journal Neurology found that older adults with lower B12 levels were more likely to experience brain shrinkage over time. But here's the hopeful part. Once caught early, a B12 deficiency is highly treatable. Many people experience real improvement in just weeks, with better energy, clearer thinking, and a more stable mood after getting their B12 levels back up. Bread. Section 4. The silent saboteurs, common foods that worsen B12 deficiency and fatigue. Let's talk about some of the everyday foods, some of them even labeled healthy, that can actually worsen vitamin B12 absorption and quietly contribute to fatigue, foggy thinking, and weakness in older adults. Here are the main culprits. 1. Baguette: highly processed grains, white bread, pasta, pastries. These foods are stripped of nutrients and fiber, offering little benefit, yet they spike your blood sugar, leading to inflammation and energy crashes. More importantly, they crowd out nutrient-dense foods from your plate, leaving less room for B12-rich options. 2. Sugar-sweetened drinks and artificial sweeteners. Sodas, sweetened juices, and sugar-heavy health drinks can interfere with gut health. Poor gut health equals poor absorption of nutrients, including B12. Even artificial sweeteners can disrupt the good bacteria in your gut, which play a key role in nutrient metabolism. 3. Hamburger processed meats, like bacon, sausage, deli meats. These might contain B12, but they're also loaded with preservatives, sodium, and nitrates that contribute to inflammation and damage the stomach lining over time. And remember, your stomach lining needs to be healthy to absorb B12. 4. Chips, fried foods and trans fats. These increase oxidative stress and can worsen inflammation in your brain and nerves. They may also impact stomach acid production, making it harder to extract B12 from food. 5. Glass of milk, too much dairy, for some people. While dairy contains B12, some older adults develop lactose intolerance or mild dairy sensitivities with age. This can lead to gut irritation and poor absorption, not just of B12, but of other essential nutrients too. Section 5. What to eat instead. Top foods to boost B12 and brain health after 60. Now that we've talked about what to limit, let's focus on the healing, energizing foods that can help restore your B12 levels and support overall brain and body function. You don't need to overhaul your diet overnight. Just start adding more of these. Fish. 1. Wild-caught fish, like salmon, sardines, trout. These are excellent sources of natural B12, plus omega-3 fatty acids, which are fantastic for brain health and reducing inflammation. Aim for 2 to 3 servings per week. Egg. 2. Eggs, especially the yolk. Egg yolks are packed with B12, choline, which supports memory, and good fats. Try soft-boiled or poached eggs with greens for a simple brain-boosting breakfast. Wedge of cheese. 3. Low-fat yogurt or kefir, if tolerated. These are probiotic-rich, which can improve gut health and help with B12 absorption, especially if you've had digestion issues. Opt for unsweetened, plain varieties. 4. Lean meats and organ meats, like beef, liver. If your diet includes animal protein, lean red meat or small portions of liver are B12 powerhouses. Just remember, moderation is key, and choose grass-fed or hormone-free when possible. Seedling. 5. B12 fortified foods, especially for vegetarians. If you follow a vegetarian or mostly plant-based diet, look for foods fortified with B12. Fortified breakfast cereals, low sugar. Nutritional yeast. Plant-based milks, check the label. These won't require your stomach to break down animal protein to extract the vitamin, so they can be a great alternative. Pill. Section 6. Supplements, when food isn't enough. Sometimes, food alone isn't enough, especially if your absorption is already impaired. That's where B12 supplements come in. Many doctors recommend methylcobalamin, a more absorbable form of B12, especially for older adults. You can take it as a sublingual tablet, dissolves under the tongue, a spray, or in some cases, a monthly injection. Your doctor can prescribe this if levels are severely low. The best part: these supplements are usually safe and effective, with few to no side effects. Just always talk to your healthcare provider before starting any supplement. Right pointing magnifying glass. Section 7. How to recognize B12 deficiency early. So how do you really know if you have a B12 deficiency? The truth is, it's not always obvious at first. The symptoms often come on slowly and can be mistaken for other issues, like aging, stress, or even arthritis. But your body does send out signals. And if you catch them early, you can take action before it leads to lasting damage. Clipboard. Here are the most common early signs to watch for. Fatigue that doesn't improve with rest. Forgetfulness or difficulty concentrating. Mood changes, like feeling down, anxious, or irritable. Tingling or numbness in your hands or feet. Unsteady walking or balance issues. Pale skin or a swollen, smooth tongue. Shortness of breath or heart palpitations. Even 1 or 2 of these could be a red flag, especially if you're over 60. Should you get tested? If you're experiencing any of these symptoms, talk to your healthcare provider and ask for a simple blood test to check your B12 levels. The test is quick, inexpensive, and it could help you avoid much more serious issues down the road, like permanent nerve damage or cognitive decline. The normal range is usually 200 to 900 pg/ml, but many doctors recommend staying above 400 to avoid symptoms. And remember, B12 levels can be low normal and still cause problems, especially in older adults. Section 8. Brain and nerve-friendly habits for older adults. Whether or not you're deficient, it's never too early, or too late, to support your brain, nerves, and energy levels. Here are a few daily habits that can help protect you as you age. White heavy check mark 1. Eat B12-friendly meals daily. As we mentioned earlier, include eggs for breakfast, fish 2 to 3 times a week, fortified cereals or plant milks if you're vegetarian, and limit sugar and processed foods. White heavy check mark 2. Keep your gut healthy. A healthy gut helps with B12 absorption. Try eating more fermented foods like yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, or kimchi. Taking a probiotic supplement, ask your doctor first. Drinking plenty of water and eating fiber-rich veggies. White heavy check mark 3. Move your body gently, daily. Even light movement like a daily walk, chair yoga, stretching exercises can improve circulation, lift your mood, and support brain function. Exercise also helps improve nerve health and oxygen delivery to your brain. White heavy check mark 4. Get quality sleep. Poor sleep can worsen symptoms of B12 deficiency and cognitive decline. Aim for 7 to 8 hours a night. A calm, dark bedroom. A wind-down routine without screens. Try sipping warm herbal tea or listening to soft music before bed. White heavy check mark 5. Stay mentally engaged. Stimulating your brain regularly helps build new connections and keeps your mind sharp. Try reading, crossword puzzles or memory games. Learning something new, like a language, musical instrument, or hobby. Even 20 minutes a day of brain engagement can make a difference. Sun with Face, Section 9. Encouragement and final thoughts. Aging doesn't have to mean slowing down, forgetting things, or feeling tired all the time. Sometimes, it's simply about knowing what your body needs and giving it the right support. Vitamin B12 is one of those silent heroes. It fuels your cells, protects your nerves, sharpens your mind, and lifts your energy. So if you've been feeling off lately, I encourage you to get your levels checked. Nourish your body with the right foods. Add supportive daily habits. And stay proactive with your health. You deserve to feel strong, clear-headed, and vibrant at every age. If this video helped you or someone you love, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. We're here to walk with you every step of the way on your health journey. And in the comments below, let me know. Have you ever had your B12 checked? Or what small habit are you going to start today? Thanks for being here. Stay healthy, stay strong, and I'll see you in the next video. Green Heart.